Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. That's right. Told y'all we're going to win. What's going on, guys?
Oh, yeah, we live, yeah. All right,
yeah, we definitely live. I wouldn't have sung that if we weren't live.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I see.
What's going on, guys? This is David here, episode 35.
I'm Rashad. Yo, I'm kind of in a weird situation here. Because the way my hotel set up, they got some cheap Wi-Fi. So I'm traveling this week, and I'm in the house that blew 25-point lead in the Super Bowl.
Yes,
I'm in Atlanta.
But forget mentioning them, man. You at the home of the Celebration Bowl where the undefeated Aggies is about to freaking destroy them Cats on Saturday.
That's facts.
That's where you at right now.
That's facts. That is a fact. Aggie pride all day. Aggie pride.
Aggie pride, man.
Yep. So we don't have any theme music this week. Episode 35. Yo, we back. Yo, the show must go on. Yo, what about it, man? What about this? Do you want to hop into the news first, or do you want to get straight to this game?
Nah, we can start.
What do you want to do?
We can go with these. We can go with.
It's a light news day. It's a light news day.
Oh, okay. Let's go with these news days, man. We'll make it quick.
The light news
day.
It might be a little involved though. I mean, a lot of talk about.
Fine. You want to talk about the game?
No.
Let's talk about the game.
We good. We can talk about our old GM, David Gettleman, potentially is in line to be the GM for the New York Giants. Thoughts, real quick.
Elon might not make it, bro.
That was my first. That was my first. First thought. I was like, Eli is not safe, bro. He's about to get that Kai action.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing is, the only reason why he might be safe, the only reason why is because of the fact that Gettleman's older now. So Gettleman might see the fact that he legit has talent around him. Like they lost Brandon Marshall, they lost Odell Beckham Jr. He can see that maybe we just need to get a running back, get some hog mollies in there, and they might be there. They might be closer than what people realize. But other than that, if Gettleman's like, well, I'm going to rebuild the whole team, yeah, Eli's out of there. Eli's out of there next Tuesday.
Yeah, Eli's done. Gettleman would definitely cut your favorite player. That's what he's about that life, bro. So I said the same thing.
He was there though when they drafted Eli, so it might be a situation where he might say, you know what, he ain't gonna. But I'll tell you one thing he won't do. He ain't cutting him. He might make the attempt to try to trade his behind to Jacksonville or Denver.
I don't know. Eli probably won't. As long as Gettleman is going to be their GM, he's probably going to get rid of Eli. Gettleman will get rid of your favorite player. So if there's any Giants fans that happen to watch this, you've been warned. And it's a slight chance. I know he wanted ODB, but he might not pay ODB. Or did he get paid already? Did he get paid already? I'm not sure if he got paid, but he might not get a check because Gettleman is investing in that defense. So,
yep,
just guard your get ready, put your shield up because he's gonna cut your favorite player. That's just off the rip. Off the rip.
Oh, Gettleman's gonna make the attempt to sign over Beckham. That's the wide receiver he wanted in that draft.
I know. That's what I said that.
Yeah, so, people mentioning
I'm just saying.
Mentioning it.
No, I said that. Gettleman, even though Gettleman wanted him, he's gonna invest in that defense first and foremost. So if there's no room, he's not gonna get paid. He's definitely gonna invest in that. Defense
he hasn't got paid yet, man. He's on that 5th year spot.
Yeah. So I doubt he's gonna make it hard. He's gonna play hardball. But anyway. And so that being said, what are your thoughts? Because they're saying that Wilkes could potentially be his first in line for a head coach position, which really makes me upset. Why
not? Wait! I have a question for you.
All right, go ahead.
Why not Mike Shula?
I don't know.
I know.
I think you know the answer to that question.
I'm bringing it out. Wilkes only been a defensive coordinator for 1 year. And he's about to get a head coaching job.
Sometimes that's all that matters. I mean, that's all you need. You leave while you hot. When you hot, people gonna want to get you. Just like Minnesota's defensive coordinators, the same thing. That's all they were talking about the whole game was how their defensive coordinator was going to get, or offensive coordinator, one of them was gonna get a coaching position.
Oh yeah.
So it happens when your coordinator's hot. That
Uh,
you're gonna be on a
that
list.
offense that
I
offensive
think he
coordinator
got, and
deserves a shot.
if I'm not mistaken, I think Wilkes got a couple interviews too at some point. Um, I think he did interview a couple because the Rooney Rule is in effect.
Oh
So
yeah,
I think he got a couple interviews before as a
you beat me to it.
yeah. So
The Rooney Rule, man. There's people that will never get head coaching opportunities. Get him, but he's a hell of a coach. He deserves more. He deserves more opportunity to become a head coach in the NFL.
It's a great coach. He's doing very well. Obviously, we have a hell of a lot of talent on the defense side of the ball, but you still got to coordinate it, and he's doing a good job. He's balling. He has the defense balling right now, and I'm proud of him because he's much more aggressive than McDermott was. When it's the thing that used to piss me off about McDermott is every time we're in a fourth quarter situation and we put the ball in the defense's and we put the game in the defense's hands, and we always get in this prevent defense, and then they just slant us down the field. Well, you saw what Wilkes did even in this game. We blitzed. I mean, heavy blitz at the end of the game. Dude had Keenum didn't have any time to get rid of the ball. So I love what Wilkes is doing, man. He's we can't quite get a hold of the Saints, but he's been coaching well pretty much for the most part of the season. So I'm happy. So anyway, that's enough about. You got any more thoughts on Gettleman and Wilkes and all that, so we can get into this game?
Nah, we're good. I'll be happy for Wilkes if he gets the job, but I don't know who the heck will be our DC if he goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Like we were kind of prepared for McDermott because McDermott was interviewing in the past, but I'm not so sure if we're ready if Wilkes walks. But I will leave it to you again. Why isn't Shula getting these head coaching opportunities?
Dude, you already know the answer to that, man. Let's just move on. Let's move on to the game. We already know the answer as to why she was not getting. We know that.
Long as we're on the same page, because I know you're the biggest Shula supporter, so I have to ask.
I am. I am the only Shula supporter. But I'm as an offensive coordinator. He's doing. I mean, do we need to revisit this? I mean, did you expect them to put 31 points up on the Vikings defense?
Absolutely not.
Okay, all right.
I said 13. There's a reason why
I don't know what I said, but it was under 20.
Yeah, and you had us losing. I said
17-10. I did have us losing. Hey, look, man, I call it like I see it, bro.
No, I get it.
I didn't think. Listen, let's roll on to this game. I didn't think we came out swinging, bro. Like you could tell the game meant something. It was a lot on the line. This was a hell of a win for the boys. I would play Sweet Caroline if I had my laptop working and Wi-Fi was good, because it was a great win. It was a great win. We balled out all facets. It was a complete reversal of the Saints game where everything looked bad, everything looked good. And this what I mean. While it was great, it also concerns me. And we know this team is been inconsistent. Somebody, I don't know who it was, but somebody posted a comment on our page, and they were saying how inconsistent the team was, and they were nervous about it, and it's Jekyll and Hyde. But if this team can, as Cam Newton would say, as long as we can stay on this hiatus we gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. Yo, we just fine, yo. If we can stay on this hiatus, we're gonna be just good. We're gonna be A-OK. We can keep this level of play. We're gonna be just fine, man. We're gonna be just fine. Like it was so great to see the defense play well, and our corners finally got some picks. Shout out to Worley. I think Worley is playing out of his mind. This past 2 games, he's been balling. So shout out. If I had the round of applause, I would give him a round of applause because he's balling right now. He finally got a pick. Bradbury finally got a pick. Shout out to the defense. Peppers is balling. CJ who, all that. What's your thoughts, man?
So
I didn't want to steal the show.
The interesting thing is everybody was pretty much aiming at the secondary of the Panthers because they really didn't have any interceptions yet. And now all of a sudden, particularly the corners, And all of a sudden now we have 2.
Well, hold on. Can I drop a stat though?
Yeah.
Interesting stat. It was they announced it during the game. They were saying that we had like the 29th or could have been the last or near the last ranked defense. I'm sorry, the last ranked secondary when there's no pressure on the quarterback. So when the quarterback has time to throw the ball, our secondary is ranked like near last. So you got to look at it both ways. If we're getting pressure, and Keenan was under a lot of duress, so you got to look at it both ways. I mean, it's kind of one of those weird stats where, I mean, it can go both ways. We got to have pressure in order for our secondary to play well. So I mean, they work together.
Well,
so it is what it is.
That's a Carolina defense, man.
Yeah, it is. Facts. That's
yeah,
facts.
like I never was nervous about our secondary because we have the pressure. I'm always nervous about it when we don't. Even if we have like the two great corners on the side, it doesn't matter because of the fact that if we don't have pressure, we're gonna get burnt.
Yeah,
I mean that's with any secondary. Like, there's no corner on earth that can guard somebody for 5 seconds.
Well, that's debatable. That's debatable.
None.
J No probably did it when he was with us because obviously he's getting torched right now. Keenan Allen was delivering him from evil.
Yeah, you know what? They don't have a pass rush in Washington, and you see why.
That's true. It's true.
It ain't a scheme thing. He's still playing man over there. He's playing probably a little bit more man than he did with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's getting torched because they don't have a pass rush anymore. They don't have a pass rush in Washington. So you give anybody 5 seconds to freaking get somebody open, they can do it. That's why Big Ben's as good as he is. He turns it into street ball, and it's a wrap. You give him 5 seconds with Antonio Brown, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, man. But anyway, man, shout out. Who else we need to give a shout out to, man? I see some people talking about Burson. Yeah, Burson had a hell of a catch.
He did.
Critical catch too. It was critical. Beautiful. Landed on his. I know probably hurt him a little bit, but he landed on his back. This is a beautiful catch for Burson. He's always been reliable. It's just we kind of hate why he's on the team. We all know why he's on the team. That Wofford Connect. So, but he had a great catch, man. His hands are sure, man. His hands are sure. That's one thing he's been consistent. So I guess we can't argue. So shout out to Burson.
Shout out to the Daily Show, man.
All right, before you say that, before we get into Jonathan Stewart, if I had my sound effects, I was gonna take myself to court, bro. I was gonna take myself to court. You know why? You know what I'm under suspicion of?
Yeah, what?
Disrespecting the legend, sir. I disrespected Jonathan Stewart, and I owe him an apology.
He's a legend.
He is a Panther legend. I owe him an apology, a big time apology.
That's the first time. That's the first time he's ever had a 3 touchdown game. That is insane.
At this age, listen, Jonathan Stewart deserves an apology because I didn't need to disrespect him like that. He should have never been in court.
No,
he should have never been in court.
No, he should have been in court. No, I.
Hey man, listen. I tell you what though. In all seriousness though, Jonathan Stewart balled out, man. I mean, granted, that's 62. Well, I don't know what it was. If it was 62, but he had 100 yards rushing. He had 100 yards rushing. He had 3 touchdowns. I mean, listen, we ain't seen that Jonathan Stewart since Double Trouble, man.
We were. I'm not putting myself to court because every single line of shots that I gave Stu was warranted. I'm not putting myself.
Listen, you owe him an apology.
I apologize.
No,
he had a heck of a game. I was watching Red Zone when the game was happening. So then when they turned to the Panthers Vikings game, I'm thinking, oh, it's 3-1. Or maybe Cam busted a run and got a touchdown pass or something. And all of a sudden I see Stewart break out for 60 yards. I'm like, whoa, I haven't seen that guy in a long time. So
don't disrespect Jonathan Stewart, bro.
Now I was like, if he would have had 16 carries for 25 yards, we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now.
No, we wouldn't. But he did. Not only did he have 103 yards rushing, he had 3 touchdowns, but he did it against a very, very, very good defense in the Vikings defense. And so we got to give him credit. Now, let me ask you this. What changed in the O line? Was it Ryan Khalil coming back that helped the run game? Because it
Might have
looked
been.
completely different. We were able to
It might have been.
run the ball a lot. Like I think we had like 200 and some yards rushing, 200 let's see, 216 total yards rushing. And we did it before without Khalil, but I don't.
Well, Cam gave 60 of it after the run he had to close the game.
Yeah, Cam had 70 total rushing yards. Granted, 62 of it came on one rush, but he had 70 rushing yards. He wasn't even the leading rusher.
Oh, that's rare.
So, I mean, shout out to Jonathan Stewart. Shout out to the O line. If we can keep that, if we can stay on this hiatus, man. If we can stay on this hiatus, if we can stay on this hiatus, man, we're gonna be. I'm telling you, man, we're gonna be great. It's gonna be good things coming, yo. Good things are gonna come.
If the run game's rolling like that, man, I don't know who can beat us. Speaking of that, man, we'll probably definitely go into the state of the NFC at some point.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that. We got to talk about this game, man. We got to talk about this game. So, what else? Who else we need to give it? I mean, Cam had a pedestrian throwing, passing game. He had a touchdown, interception, 137 yards, 13 of 25. Not great at all. But when you're rushing for 216 yards, I guess something's got to give, right?
Yeah. Games like this is why I didn't think Cam was gonna be able to throw for 4,000 yards this year.
Oh well, yeah. It looks like that bold prediction is down the toilet.
but that's an example.
Along with my KB prediction, right?
Well, I knew that was insane. But shout out to KB, man. He got that TD in the snow on Sunday.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was cute. It was cute.
KB,
why
man.
couldn't I have gotten that game? I was very disappointed. If I couldn't get Panthers Vikings on television, the least they could have gave me was that. That was awesome to watch. Every single time Red Zone showed that, I was staring at it. That was awesome. Buffalo Indy was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's great, man. What about this defense? Let's talk about this defense for a little. I know we talked about.
We got to give Funches a shout out. Funches had a heck of a play. Yeah, Funches had a TD.
Did have,
and he was going up against Rose.
Yeah, no, Rose got hurt too, but he came right back. So again, granted that the Vikings defensive secondary is great. So we did a good job. But let's transition over to this defense real quick. Again, so we had obviously we talked about the picks, but Luke having 14 tackles all over the place as usual. Nothing surprising there. Let me ask you a question. Are you still concerned about his tackling though?
Not as much as I was before. I'm still concerned though.
There was some missed tackles, but
wasn't as bad as last week.
No, it wasn't as bad as last week, but it was still bad.
I'm concerned, but it was better than last week. Last week was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Got a little bit better. We got to do better with the tackling. But we might have missed some tackles, but we did have 6 sacks.
Yeah,
which is great.
6 sacks will make up for it.
6 sacks. Keenum was under duress the entire game. His offensive line, I think Remmers didn't play, and their center was hurt, so they had a makeshift offensive line. We took advantage, and I think their other tackle went out and got hurt. Yeah, they had all kind of injuries on the line. But shout out to everybody keeps saying it, KK. Shout out to KK. He had two sacks. Kuechly had a sack. Peppers had a sack, and Kyle Love had a sack. 6 sacks. Man, Wilkes was dialing it up, bro. And that pressure is why Bradbury and Worley were able to get those picks. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah, man, we had a heck of a game. I enjoyed watching that game because I had to watch the condensed version.
And Addison, if I missed Addison, sorry.
Yeah, Addison got one too. But and the corner and it's great because the corners had a great day. We got some interceptions off the board, which was awesome. I enjoyed seeing that. I was happy to see that both of them got it too. I was happy to see that Worley got one and Bradbury got one. So that was
I'm really happy for Worley, man, because I think that Kevon Seymour pressure that he was getting really elevated his game.
yep.
By that, he was really perturbed by getting his his playing time cut into. Stepped up, man. I'm happy for Worley, man. If he can keep that up, man, we might have a solid pair of corners. And I'm glad they're actually tracking the ball now, man, because they usually would play the receiver's eyes and miss potentially a couple picks. But Worley has been in position. He dropped one last week because he was actually looking for the ball. So shout out to Worley again, man. He deserves a lot of credit. We bash him a lot, and he deserves some credit when credit is due. So shout out to Worley. He might even be jersey worthy, man. Keep playing like this. Might get a jersey for you, boy. I do got to get an Addison joint. I got to get an Addison joint because he's definitely earned that joint.
Yeah, he's balling out of his mind. I was happy that he got it. I'm happy he got paid.
Now I'm not only am I happy, I was a little shocked he got paid, but I'm happy he's earning that check.
Yep. It was a good sign by Mr. Gettleman. Good re-sign by the Gettleman. But yeah, man, like it was good to see the defense play well because this Minnesota offense has been actually pretty good. They've been pretty good all year with Case Keenum at quarterback. So it was good to see that the defense showed up, and I'm hoping that we keep that energy for next week.
Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy for next week.
Now we did talk about it. We were right about Thielen. Thielen got off,
Yep.
and he dropped
dropped the touchdown pass,
He
man.
dropped two touchdown passes actually.
Yeah.
He had one in his hand, and then he turned around and bobbled the one in his zone. So
Yep.
Thielen still got off, but we were able to sustain that. But we were able to contain the others and get pressure on Keenum. But Thielen is a beast, man. That dude's a monster, yo. I don't know where he came from, but we need to get us somebody like that sneaks on our roster and balls out, because he's amazing. And it's effortless too, man. In that slot, he's damn near unstoppable, bro.
Yeah, man. That was my concern the entire time. I was like, listen, Diggs, we'll probably be able to contain Diggs. But there was nobody that we could – there's no way we were going to contain Thielen in the slot.
There was a lot of drops, as Jay pointed out. Rudolph had a drop. Diggs had a drop on third down, I believe. I had a lot of drops, but it was because Keenan was under duress and he had to get rid of the ball. I know that Diggs drop was, but the Kyle Rudolph drop, and I think that he got the commentator jinx because they were talking about how had the games, and then he ended up dropping one soon after. So Burson is our Thielen. Yo, that's funny. That's funny. That is funny. Definitely not our Thielen.
No, it's not.
That's funny, you know. Joke of the podcast goes to David. That's just Fogel.
Mr. Fogel.
That's funny. But all right, so what else we got, man? So do we want to talk about any other thoughts on the game before we move on to the state of the NFC South and the NFC?
No, I'm good, man. I just enjoyed the fact that we won that game. It was a statement win. I was getting text messages from some of my employees telling me, "Hey, they look dangerous, man. Carolina looks dangerous." And I said, "Well, because we are dangerous." So,
like you said, though, it's all about keeping that same energy, man. Like we need our playoffs started this week, essentially. Like we have to win moving forward. And we're going to move on slightly to the next topic. This kind of segues us into the next topic. Is that we have to win.
So wait, hold on a second. Somebody's talking about Davis losing a step. Are you nervous about Thomas Davis, man?
Am I? No, I'm not nervous about TD. TD's fine, man. TD's fine. He's out here, mind you, he was out here chasing a couple pretty good receivers. Due to Shaq being hurt, and that's why Colin Jones got a lot of time, playing time, and I'm not. I mean, is he gonna lose a step? Yeah, man. He's damn near pushing 40, and he's got 3 ACL surgeries. So I mean, and this is why we drafted Shaq Thompson. As soon as Shaq Thompson gets healthy, we'll see more Shaq. I'm not worried about TD. TD's gonna be great. TD is great.
Yeah, they're going with our guy talking about his tackling game. But
yeah. I mean, he misses some tackles, but listen, we're good, man.
Now he's a legend.
Yo, Jonathan Stewart is a legend. Yo, you don't disrespect Jonathan Stewart, bro. You need to stop taking shots at Jonathan Stewart.
We gotta look, man. It's just like classic rap albums. We gotta quit calling everything a classic. We gotta quit saying everybody's a legend.
Listen,
like
Jonathan Stewart
is the Panthers' leading rusher.
The leading rusher. He's the Panthers' leading rusher. You don't disrespect the legend, bro.
He's a Panthers legend.
Yeah, that's what I said. A Panthers legend.
Okay, let's clear that up.
NFL. I never said he was an NFL legend.
A Panthers
he's a Panther legend. He's a Panther legend.
I can roll with that.
Yes, a Panther legend.
A Panther legend.
Come on, man.
All
right. So are we clear? Are we good? Can we move on to the next topic?
Yeah, man. We got time, man.
For the chat cats. Chat cats, I need to chill out, man. Don't disrespect. You don't disrespect Jonathan Stewart.
Looks like Burkhead got him a touchdown.
The greatest Panther running back of all time.
Looks like Larry going to the finals, man. He finally got a playoff win. Congrats, Larry. I don't know if you're in here, but congrats, Larry.
Nah, he ain't in here. I ain't seen him.
Looks like Larry finally gonna get a playoff win. Congrats to you, sir. He'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, he will. All right, so let's move on. So, like I said earlier, our playoffs essentially started this week, and we had a statement win, like you were saying, but to lose any games, partially because we don't control our own destiny when it comes to NFC South and potentially win a division. We need Atlanta. We need Atlanta essentially. Them and the Saints control their own destiny. Saints win out, they win a division. If Atlanta wins out, they win a division. We don't own any tiebreakers against the Saints. And obviously, if the Falcons beat us, then we can't win a division. If we win out, we would need some help. We need the Saints to drop another game in order to get the division. That's the only thing that's stopping us from getting the division, because we're in a tie with them essentially right now. They do own the tiebreaker, but we're in a tie with them record wise. We're both 9-4. But since they beat us head to head twice, they own the tiebreaker. So we need them to lose.
Yep.
We need to lose a game. So if they lose a game, and their schedule's pretty cake moving forward. They got the Jets without Josh McCown this week. That week, so that should be a cakewalk, and I think it's in the Superdome. So they're
actually, I think that game might actually be in New York.
No, I think it's in the Superdome.
Yeah, it is. Dang it.
Double check.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
So it's in the Superdome. So that game is in the Superdome. So we need the Bucks, because they got to play the Bucks, and I think that is at Ray J. So that's out. So the Bucks could potentially take the Saints out. They do have
Falcons can too.
Falcons can too, but I was gonna say before we got there, Kamara, he got. I think he's in a protocol. If he misses any kind of extended period of time, he can't miss 2 weeks. If he misses 2 weeks, and he misses that game against the Bucks, I don't know, man. Hey, look, the Bucks are not a terrible team. They're bad, but they're not terrible. It's a division game.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and
probably could surprise somebody. Go ahead.
I'm going to burst your bubble. They're already saying that he's going to play next week against the Jets.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like he's still in the protocol, but because he has the extra set of days, they're saying that he's probably going to be able to play against the Jets. So we can't assume that Kamara is going to be out. He's going to play, and I need him for fantasy anyway. So he is scheduled to play for the Jets. Now the Jets have a pretty good run defense. They got one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah, but Josh
So
McCown's
they're
hurt.
pretty stout against the run, but yeah, Josh McCown's hurt, so that's going to kill him.
He's done. He broke his hand, so he's done. He's
Yeah.
done for the season. So essentially, we need the Saints to lose a game. If the Saints lose a game, they could lose to that Falcons game could be dangerous for them because like it's going to be in the Superdome. There's a lot at stake during that game. Either one of them teams losing obviously is good for us, and somebody has to lose. And if they tie, I don't know how that will work in our tiebreaker scenario.
Now,
but
if they tie, we could essentially get a better percentage record if we went out. So then we would have an advantage there.
Either team losing is great for us. So they're gonna have one of those teams is gonna have to lose or tie. But so either one of them teams losing is good for us because it keeps the Falcons off wild card, and if the Falcons win, then it would obviously help us win the division. But we have to handle our business. We have to beat the Falcons, and we have to beat Green Bay, and we have to beat who else is left? The Bucks.
The Bucks. You remember last week when I told everybody we need the Saints to keep winning? This is why. because with the Saints losing to Atlanta, it gives Atlanta the opportunity to win the division.
But they still have to play head-to-head again. So
yeah.
And remember what I said last week? I said that the Panthers could get swept and pulled it out. Granted, it was some malarkey in there, but they pulled it out. And if they sweep the Saints, the division is ours as long as we can handle business. And the way the NFC is looking right now, I don't know if you want to talk about the broader NFC picture. It's wide. It's literally wide open right now. It's wide open.
So let's start with the basics.
Go ahead. You got it.
So yesterday, the Eagles beat the Rams yesterday, but in doing so, they lost Carson Wentz for the season. He tore his ACL.
Huge loss. Don't just glance by that. That's
no. It's a huge loss because now it turns into the Nick Foles show. And Nick Foles, and I know some people think that Nick Foles was there the entire time. He was not. They let him go and he came back.
Yeah.
So
Foles is no bum. I'll give you that. Foles is not a bum. But the problem is that Foles does not offer the mobility that Wentz had. Wentz was a magician back. Like he was a baby Cam Newton back there, and that's what got him hurt essentially.
Yeah.
Trying to be Cam Newton. But
he got squashed, man. That looked
he
bad.
did. Yeah, that was that RG3 injury, man.
Yeah, man.
And you know what happened to RG3? He wasn't the same after that joint.
Nope.
Not to wish, harm upon anybody. I'm just pointing out a fact.
My
bad. Proceed. Sorry, I interject. I just want to say that don't just kind of. That's a huge. That changes everything. It completely opens up the NFC. So my bad. Continue. My bad.
Yeah. Now, in Wentz's defense, Wentz is a much better pocket passer than RG3. So if it comes down to the point where Wentz has to sit in the pocket, I think he'll be able to sit in the pocket. He just won't be able to scramble anymore.
That mobility was huge, bro. He was an escape artist back. Just kind of like Keenum was. You know how many times we could have had Keenum or yesterday?
Yeah, we probably could have
got away. Wentz is the same way. Wentz is the exact same way. That mobility, you take that away from a quarterback, that's just like making Cam. Well, I'm not. Obviously, Wentz is a way better pocket passer than Cam Newton, but that adds to it's another facet to your game. You got a game plan for. So my bad. Go ahead. I keep taking your show, but my bad.
No, you're good. So now the Rams lost. So now the Rams have, I think, 3 losses, if I remember correctly.
Yes. 3. Yes, 4 losses. Rams have 4 losses.
No, they have. Oh yeah, there's 4 losses. They're the same record as us.
Yep.
But then at that point, it comes down to conference record. What we want to have happen, we need the Vikings to take another fade.
It's not happening.
Why? Why, Sway?
Their schedule is complete soft. It's soft as Charmin, bro.
Oh God, they got that Green Bay game, but with Rodgers,
it's Charmin soft.
With Rodgers, man, because Rodgers is gonna have a purpose. We'll get to that. All right, yeah, we will get to that. But all right, my bad. Go ahead. They'll
I
beat
keep cutting you off.
but all right. So for the Vikings, they could legit lose to the Packers if Rodgers is back. And that's a
And the
Saturday
Bears.
night special.
I think the Bears
And
could
it's
give
at
them
Green Bay.
some trouble too.
And it's at Green Bay. So it's going to be at
Don't
Lambeau.
sleep on the Bears too.
I'm snoring, bro. Just because we lost them doesn't mean we can't sleep on them. I'm snoring.
I said don't sleep on the Bears, man.
I know. I'm snoring.
That Bears game.
I'm snoring. They'll beat the Bears. I'm not I'm not concerned. So
let me ask you this. If the Vikings lose another game, what happens?
If the Vikings lose another game, we went out and the Saints win, then we could potentially take that second slot. So like if
you mean if the Saints lose, if the Saints lose a game,
if the Saints lose a game, we went out, the Vikings lose, we could potentially go up to 2. We could have a shot to go up to 2. But then it'll come down to conference record.
Could we get all the way up to number 1 in the East in the NFC? Sorry.
Absolutely, because if the Eagles catch some fades, who do the Eagles play?
They got Dallas, the Giants, and somebody else.
Jesus Christ. They have the Giants, Dallas, and Oakland. They could Foles could beat the Giants. I hope you know that, right?
They're losing that Dallas game for a fact. Zeke coming back, it's a wrap for them.
Yeah, they'll lose the Dallas game, but they need to lose 2 games.
And the Raiders. They got the Raiders.
And they're both at home.
So you don't think they could lose to the Raiders?
They could.
That's West Coast.
They could. Too. Yeah, they could lose, but will they lose? Probably not. Have you seen them play? Have you seen the Raiders play? Oh my God!
I saw them play last year, and they were pretty good.
They didn't play.
What happened?
They haven't.
What happened to them?
Carr got hurt, and then Carr came back, and Carr hasn't been the same guy. So the rate, like their running game is starting to pick up. Lynch is starting to play for them a little bit, but they're not as good as they have been in the past. The defense is okay.
So I think if I do the math correctly, we need the Eagles to lose all three of their games to potentially slide up to first, because they'll be 10-5 at that point. I mean, I'm sorry, 11-5 at that point.
Yeah, and the thing is, if they go 12-4, we didn't play them.
They own the tiebreaker.
They own the tiebreaker. So we wouldn't get that. But we don't need the first seed. I'm cool.
No, we don't. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we can't.
I want to cover all possibilities.
Yeah, we're the first seed is tough. Second seed is more realistic, because because the thing is, man, I'm getting like, we're going to segue into the Packers, but the Packers are 7-6. They went out. I don't think it's going to happen, but if they went out, it'll be 10-6.
So here's what but Seattle has to play Rams. That game is huge. That game has a lot of implications, because it could slide the Rams down to 10-5. I mean, to 9-5, or it could put it could drop Seattle down to 8-6. So, a win-win for us, essentially. Either team losing is good, because if Seattle loses, it pushes them down the wild card race.
So let's since we're in this wild card game, let's segue to this, because this is important, and this is something that might rock your world, and this is something that makes you wonder about the Bears game again, because when we played the Bears and we blew it, we have a 5-4 conference record. All right, I want you guys to follow me for a second.
I'm following.
If there's like a 3-way tie for the 6th spot at the state that we're in with this conference record, we could get bumped off. Because if there's no head-to-head situation, it goes down to conference. So that makes it more critical for us to win the rest of these games. Because, for example, the Falcons are 7-2 in the conference. The Seahawks are 6-3. All right? The Saints are 7-3. So if the Rams losing should help us, because they're 6-4 like us. They're 6-4. They already have 4 losses in the conference. So what you want to see is a Rams loss.
Which could happen.
Now, if Seattle beats them, or if the Rams beat Seattle, that helps us too, because then that gives the Seahawks 4 losses in the conference as well.
And it pushes them down.
Yeah, and that'll help a little bit. Yeah. So either way, it helps us in different ways. My biggest thing is now when the Falcons beat the Saints last Thursday, I was nervous because at that point, the Falcons conference record is vicious. Like, I don't want to be stuck in a tie with those guys with another team because they would get in because they're 7-2 in the conference. So when you see things like that, you get nervous about things like that.
Listen, so the Falcons might be 7-2 in the conference, but they got division games the rest of the way. That's tough. That's a tough slate of games. When you got they got 3 division games left. You know how hard that's gonna be. I'm telling you, the Bucks. If people don't sleep on the Bucks. They ain't got nothing to lose, bro. They ain't got nothing to lose.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. I'm not sleeping on the Bucks. I got to play Jameis Winston in the fantasy playoffs this next week.
No, nobody worry about your fantasy play. We talking about real life here, man. We talking about real life. So I think the Falcons will drop. Falcons gonna drop at least one more game. The bottom, and it could potentially be against us, but they're gonna drop one game. The Saints are gonna drop them. We're gonna drop them. One of those 2 games they're gonna lose. So that'll drop them down to what? Potentially ending the season at 10-6.
That won't be enough. That won't be enough this year.
Yeah, that's my point.
It could be enough. It could be enough because that could be enough.
I think 6 wins might. I think 6 losses. The way I was gonna say it's not, but the way I'm looking at it, there's only 2 teams with 5 losses. So I think 10-6 would be enough.
Might be enough.
That leaves Green Bay, Detroit, and Dallas all still in it.
So, all right, if you had to pick one,
technically Arizona's still in it too.
No, I don't think 7 losses is going to do it.
I'm just saying they're technically still alive.
They're technically still in it, but they're out. In my eyes, the line ends at the 7-6 line. Like in my eyes, like I don't see anybody that's not at least 7-6 at this point getting into the playoffs. I don't see the Cardinals doing it. Everybody else after the Cardinals are done.
Yeah, 7 losses ain't going to do it. You're not getting in it, which is crazy to think about because you go look at the AFC picture, it's completely different. But 7 losses ain't going to do it. Not in the NFC. I think 6 wins cuts it. 6 losses cuts it, which makes every game pretty much critical. But at the end of the day, folks, you got any more scenarios you want to talk about?
I'm gonna ask you a question, man. Let's see what you think about this. Go ahead.
Shoot.
Detroit, Dallas, or Green Bay. If you had to pick one that make the playoffs, which one will?
If I had to pick one, which one will? I think I'm gonna say Dallas.
Wow.
I think Dallas makes it.
That's interesting.
I think Dallas makes it.
Oakland, Seattle, Philly. That's Dallas's final 3 games. At Oakland.
Never mind. I take that
Oakland, back. On the road. They're at Oakland. They're at home against Seattle, and they're at Philly.
I tell you what, though. What's Seattle's record? Or Seattle's
8-5.
Slate of games? No, what's their slate of games left? They're not making the playoffs.
They got the Rams. The Cowboys, and the Cardinals. They could make the playoffs.
They ain't making the playoffs. They're losing 2 of those 3 games. They're gonna lose to Dallas, and they're gonna lose. Where's the Dallas game at?
It's in Dallas.
Oh yeah, they're losing the Dallas game. And they're gonna lose.
Rams at home, game. Man.
They're gonna lose that Rams game, bro. That's gonna be a great game. That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, that's the one I won't
get. They need to be prime time.
No, it's 4:05. It's a late game though. It's 4:00. Yeah, most of the country's gonna get to see it. You're right.
That's gonna be a great game, man.
That's a division decider right there. That's a potential division decider.
Not only that, I mean, Seattle's life is on. They're lucky that Bennett didn't get suspended, because that's.
I didn't see what happened. I heard about what happened in the game, but I didn't see it.
That shit was ugly, bro. I'm really surprised. No, that was no worse than what Gronk did. So I mean, I think Gronk got suspended for a game. I think Bennett should have got suspended, but I think they know what's up.
Somebody mentioned that the Rams always beat Seattle, but guess what? This year, Seattle beat the Rams. But normally the Rams do have Seattle's number, but that was when Jeff Fisher was the coach. Jeff Fisher's not the coach anymore for the Rams. There's one thing that Jeff Fisher knew how to do, and that was beat the Seahawks.
But like we were saying, at the end of the day, I think that as long as we handle our business, we're going to be fine. We got Green Bay, the Bucks, and Atlanta, and we have to win all 3 of those games. We don't want to, like Dave was saying earlier, we don't want to get no tiebreaker scenarios because it's ugly right now. And we have all the rest of our games are NFC games, so we have a chance to improve it. But we don't want to get in any kind of tiebreaker scenarios. We just need to win. Just win, baby.
Yeah. So now somebody asks, who would I want to play first in the playoffs?
Don't matter, man.
The Eagles.
Oh, true. But they might have a that's a fact. But that's a fact. But they probably have a bye.
That's my point.
They could still sneak a bye.
All right, so they can get a bye. If I can't play the Eagles out of the other teams,
I tell you what though,
I don't want a hot team. I'm not interested in playing a hot team in the first game.
I tell you, there's no hot teams though. You think about it.
Yeah, but like
the Vikings aren't hot. The Vikings aren't that hot.
Let's say Dallas wins out and they get into the playoffs. True. I'm not trying to play that. I'm not trying to play that team in the first round.
But no. So look, peep game. So if the playoffs were to start now, we play the Saints, and I would want to see the Saints again. There's no way to beat us 3 times this season. I don't see that happening. So you give me the Saints again in the Superdome, we will beat the Saints. I promise you that. They don't want the Saints don't want to see us for a third time. I promise you that. They don't want them. They don't want those problems. They're not going to beat us the third time. That's not happening. So give me the Saints. If we got to play, if I had to pick a team, it's going to be the Saints. And I agree. The Panthers are going to be the hot team. Nobody wants to see us right now. I'm telling you, man, if we can keep that same energy, stay on this hiatus, I'm telling you.
Yo, that never gets old. Yeah. That's up there with my homegirl that said good running in the snow because of the texture.
Stay on this hiatus, bro. Man. Yo, stay on this hiatus, bro. I'm telling you, we're going to be just fine, man.
Yo, I'm looking at this game between Patriots and Miami, man. Brady's getting killed out there, bro.
The rest, yeah?
He's getting killed out there.
All right, so let's talk about it because I see somebody. Rodgers coming back. Y'all sleeping. Listen, let me tell you something. And somebody tried to say, "Oh, I think you're scared of Rodgers." Man, listen, I'm not scared of A-Rod, man. Like, yo, we beat them. We beat Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay. What was it? Was it last year we beat them?
Last year or the year before?
Or the year before last, we beat them with the healthy Aaron Rodgers. This dude's coming off a shoulder. He's not going to be able to sling it deep like he always does. He's going to be under duress. He's going to try to get rid of the ball quick. It's going to be different. If they're smart, I'm going to repeat what I said last week. If they're smart, they will not play Aaron Rodgers against the Panthers. I promise you. He will end up hurt again. I'm telling you, he will end up hurt if we play them again, or if he decides to play this game. He's going to land on that shoulder one good time. He's going to be under duress, and he's going to get hurt. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, don't play Aaron Rodgers. Listen to me, bro. You might want to up your State Farm insurance, my G. Get that discount double check, because you're going to be under duress. And I'm not joking. Like, I really don't want him to play. You know? He's gonna. I'm telling you, you laughing, man. He's gonna get hurt. I'm telling you. Do not. Know what's best for you, man. Don't get out here and play this game. And I really wish the Browns, for his health, would have beat them. The Browns had the game. They blew it.
Yeah, man. Now I saw the end of that. That was tough to watch because I felt bad for Kaiser because Kaiser played a heck of a game, man. I was like, yo, he might actually pull this off and finally get his first win. And then they lost. They blew it.
I'm telling you, Rodgers, bro, I'm telling you, man. I know you want to get back out there, save your playoff hopes, and get your team in the playoffs, come back looking like, superhero. But don't do it this game, bro. Just take this one last L and then come back the week after against the Vikings or something. You don't want these problems, man. You don't. I'm telling you, man. You don't want these problems.
All right, I'm gonna answer this Browns question. Why does Hugh have a job? Because Hugh said to draft Deshaun Watson with their pick, and they didn't want to do it. That's why Hugh still has a job. All right.
Yeah. On to the next subject.
On to the next subject. So
that sums it up pretty much.
So with regards to this game, Rodgers is gonna play. I know you're begging him not to play.
He's not gonna play, man.
He's gonna play, man. He's playing, and the Panthers know he's playing too because they're prepping for him. So Rodgers is gonna play. That's
what they want you to think, man. This is nothing but mind games, bro. They want you to prepare for Rodgers, and they're gonna end up throwing your boy out there.
and I'm fine with that. Listen. If we prepare for Rodgers and Huntley's there, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. My score prediction is different based on who's that quarterback. I'm gonna give you a 2 today. If Huntley's there, it's a completely different prediction if Rodgers is there. They both have the same result, but they're different predictions from a score standpoint.
Let me ask you this: how is Green Bay's offensive line? How's it always been?
Suspect. Historically, they've been suspect.
What do we do to suspect offensive lines?
Oh, we take the quarterback out, man. That's what we do. That's our thing.
What happened to Tony Romo when he decided to come back?
I was there. He didn't make it. He didn't make it, and it wasn't even a bad hit.
What happened to Sam Bradford? Exactly. That's my point. That is my point exactly. All it takes is one. What happened to Sam Bradford a couple years ago when he was a Ram and he
He continued to become the bust that I knew him to be.
I'm telling you, man. It's not going to take much. All he got to do is get pushed one good time and land on that shoulder, and he's going to leave the game. Don't do it, Aaron Rodgers. But just sit this deal. Let Hundley get out here and get some work, man. He don't look half bad. Just let him. Just
he close to the Browns yesterday, man.
He came back, man. That's what Aaron Rodgers would have did.
Nah, Aaron Rodgers would have blew him out the water from the gate. It's the Browns, bro. It's Cleveland. But either way, like I said, the results still the same regardless if it's Rodgers or Huntley. Huntley's the Jekyll and Hyde of quarterbacking. We don't know which one we're going to get, but I think the odds are pretty high that we'll get the terrible one because he's not good under pressure at all. Now, with regards to Rodgers, he tends to flick the ball out a little bit faster, but at the same time, he's coming back from injury, so I am anticipating rust if he comes back.
He's going to be rusty. He's going to be antsy to get rid of the ball. He's going to probably throw a couple picks. I predict Worley's going to get another one. And if I had my bold prediction sound effect, I would have did it.
Bold prediction.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Worley will get another pick. Aaron Rodgers or Hundley. He's playing out of his mind right now. Listen. The Green Bay's defense is trash. We're gonna be good, man. I predict you want a score from me? I'm gonna go 30, 34, 17.
Oh, that's rough, man. You got separate scores? Or you just gonna roll with that one?
I don't care who it is, man.
Beat the Vikings, the swag out there. 28-24 Panthers, 28-21 Carolina. I got if Huntley plays, it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be like 31-7 Carolina.
Nah, bro, you wilding, man. 31.
If Huntley,
I just know
if Huntley plays, it'll be 31-7.
I can't even with a straight face predict a blowout. That's
absolutely.
Blowout. A blowout is not even in our DNA. We don't know.
Man. There's levels. Nah, man. After what we just did to the Vikings, oh yeah, we need to blow these guys out. We need to continue with these statement games. If we come with the same energy, if Rodgers doesn't play, we should be able to beat Huntley out the water, like destroy this guy. If Huntley plays from a fantasy perspective, the only guy I trust on Green Bay is Devontae Adams and Jamal Williams. Those are the two guys I trust. Anybody else I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch Huntley. I wouldn't touch Jordy. I wouldn't touch anybody else. Those are the two. Jamal Williams and Devontae Adams, if Huntley plays. Now, if Rodgers plays...
I wouldn't play Jamal Williams.
I definitely would play Jamal Williams. Because he's going to get all the work. Even, he'll get all the work. So, the one touchdown will probably be him. It'll probably end up being him.
So, I'm looking at the defensive rankings. So, Green Bay's defense, pass defense ranks 27. So, we should be able to get all kinds of passing yards on them. Last time I said that, we weren't able to do that, though. So, I won't predict a lot of passing yards.
How's their run defense?
Their run defense ranks 18th.
That's the middle of the pack.
Yeah, it's the middle of the pack run defense. We should be fine there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, man. There's no way we can let up. And like I said, once again, it's yeah, we're gonna be good, man.
Now I ain't give you my other prediction.
Go ahead, man.
If Rodgers play, it'll be like 31-20. I'm gonna stick to my 31. It's gonna be like 31-20. Because I think Rodgers is gonna he'll have an okay day. He'll probably throw for a 2 touchdowns, something like that. He'll at that point, I'll be fine playing Jordy Nelson. I'll be fine playing Devontae Adams. If you have Rodgers, if you picked him up, good for you. Play him if he plays. Because he'll do okay. And if you got Rodgers, that means you really need a quarterback. So might as well play him. He's probably a better option than what you already have on your bench. I'm kind of mad at myself for not picking him up in one of my leagues, but either way, I think Jamal Williams can still have a decent day. I think but it's a different day if Rodgers plays. I think Rodgers is going to put emphasis on throwing the ball much more. So I agree with your bold prediction of a possible interception by the corners, because I think Rodgers is going to try to sling it to get the
Yeah,
rush
he's gonna
off.
try to get rid of the pass, man.
Yeah, he's gonna probably try to show that his arm is fine. So I think he's gonna I think they'll be throwing the ball much more in this game if Rodgers is there, unless we get to Rodgers often.
That's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, if we get to Rodgers and he gets hit a couple times, then yeah, that run game is gonna appear.
One false move, man. I'm telling you, and it's over for him, man. I just hope he just doesn't play for his sake, man. And lest we not forget, Peppers knows that offense.
No, that is true. And the defense.
And the defense.
Even better. He played under Dom, Mr. Capers. So yeah, man, he knows that defense very well.
Somebody predicting the legend Jay Stu gets 150 yards rushing. And I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, but he's not. But he's the legend.
I wouldn't go that far, man.
But he's the legend.
I wouldn't go that far.
What would we do if Funches goes down? We'll use the receivers that we have, man.
Yeah, man. Next man up, man. Cam gets the less he has, the better. One thing we didn't talk about was Olsen, man. What's you let's talk about Olsen for a second, because we damn should skip right over him. What you think about his foot, man? You think he's good?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think he's healthy at all. He's trying to give it a go, man.
Nope, he is. Nope. No, sir.
I think he's out there straight for decoy status.
That's fine. If he wants to play decoy, my concern is when he has to block and he might actually re-injure his foot.
That's what he was doing. I think that's when he got hurt, or he re-aggravated, or whatever he did. He was blocking. That's all he was doing, was blocking.
Yeah,
and if you're not, my thing is, if you're not an effective blocker, man, don't be out there. But then at the same time, we can't stroll him out there on obvious passing situations. Then stroll somebody else out there for then we get predictable. So yeah. No, yeah. Olsen didn't have.
I don't think he had a catch. He didn't. No, I didn't think he had a catch.
He didn't have. I don't even think he got a target, to be honest with you.
I gotta check and see if he had a target. I don't know.
I don't even think he had a target. I can look, but I don't think he had a target, bro.
He had one target.
Yeah, because I had him for fantasy. I played him in one league. He had 0 points.
Yeah, he had one target.
I still won, but it was ugly.
All right.
Speaking of fantasy, speaking of fantasy,
good segue, man.
Go ahead and get to this coronation ceremony is about to happen.
Oh, really? Oh, you cocky now, man?
Nah, I'm really not, because Jay Simp has a nice team, man. His squad kind of nice. They hot right now.
I got destroyed. Like I've admitted, and because when Josh McCown went down, that ended my hopes of doing some damage in the consolation bracket. But what also probably ended my hopes the fact that I didn't play Devontae Adams. But that's another discussion for another day.
Your bad.
Yeah, it's my bad. It's right. Let me see here. Yeah, good grief, man. I think you did okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you destroyed these guys. Let me pull you up real quick. Hold on a second.
Okay, disrespectful, man.
Look, man, you calling Stewart like, well, he's a Panthers legend.
Panthers legend, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, like you've done pretty good for yourself, sir. This is
yes, of course I have, man.
This is pretty intense. Dang. Top knot. Yeah, I wouldn't have stood a chance.
He getting thrashed, B.
Yo, I would have made that 4 seed. I wouldn't have gotten beaten as bad, but it still would have been bad. So, sometimes it pays not to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Don't get embarrassed, man.
But yeah, Mr. Jerome Simpson's got some.
Yeah, his squad is nice. I can't even hate. Simpson.
He got
squad is nice. I can't even hate.
He got the smoke.
I think he beat. If I'm not mistaken, I think he beat me too once this year already. I could be wrong on that.
Well, he got Gio. He got Mr. Bernard. That might be a moot point next week. And I think the Bengals play a pretty good defense next week too, if I remember correctly. Yep, they play the Vikings next week. So you might have the Vikings next week and a possibility of Mr. Mixon making a return next week. But you have to keep a status on that one, buddy.
No, thanks for pandering to the opponent.
I'm not done yet, man. I'll go to you, but
look at Drake. Look at Drake, bro. Look at Drake and Landry right now, man. Drake is balling.
Drake's balling like that, man.
Yeah, he got 16 points in the half.
Did he get a touchdown?
He got something. He got 16 points in the half. He's balling.
Let's see here. Box score. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, you get points for catches. I didn't play him this week. I played Bernard instead.
Oh yeah, you dumb.
No, I played Bernard instead. I won. I already won. I beat the dude by 50. And I think that guy started undefeated and his team fell apart. And he ran into me. I played him in the final week. I had a win to get into the playoffs. I won. And I played him again in the playoffs and I beat him again. I beat him worse last week than I did this week. I mean, this week than last week. I beat him by 50. Now next week's gonna be a problem. I might have to figure out a way to get Drake and Bernard in if Bernard plays by himself again. But what did Drake do?
Yeah, top notch shit. Kamara killed him.
Yeah,
Kamara getting hurt killed him.
That was damaging. That was damaging to the cars. And he played Matt Ryan. That doesn't help him either.
And Jimmy
Graham didn't do nothing.
Nada.
Matches. Wow. They got Keenan on the bench.
Keenan on the bench? That hurts.
All right. So since you want fantasy analysis, man.
I'm good.
Yeah, I know. Hunt came back for you, so you should be fine.
Yeah.
You need to find a quarterback, though.
I was going to bench him. I ain't worried about quarterback, man.
Listen, man, you be cocky if you want. Trust Derek Carr.
I could put in daggone what's your boy? Who out there? I could put in put in Andy Dalton and be straight. I could put in Kaiser right now.
Kaiser's a better option, believe it or not.
Man, it don't. I was being facetious. I could put in Jay Cutler right now and be straight.
I wouldn't do that.
Don't matter, man. I ain't worried about quarterback.
Garoppolo's interesting though.
I could put in Derek Anderson and be straight.
Now you're being cocky. Man. Here's the guy you need to consider. Here's your boy right there.
All right, man. I don't need no advice, bro. I got
Look, see, then don't be getting bitter when I give other people advice.
That's why I'm trying.
I'm kind of stunned that Dalton's still.
I'm trying not.
I'm kind of stunned that Dalton's still out here though. But all right.
I had him on my roster at one point.
Yeah, at this point, it's playoff time with Joe quarterback situation. Who's your boy playing, man? Who's Derek Carr playing in the next couple weeks? Oh, Dallas and Philly. Interesting. Dallas is interesting.
Matter. Yeah, it don't matter, man. It don't matter who it is.
All right, King Kong. I got you. You got it, man. The last time I did this, it broke. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the last time I did that, it broke. They are showing the Panthers game as the game of the week. Live podcast. I don't know if we're getting it, Marcus. I don't know if I'm going to get it. Because I thought CBS's game of the week was Carolina and Minnesota. And I ended up with Jets Denver at 4:00. So I don't know if the Panthers game is going to be seen. I got to check the schedule and see what the odds are. But maybe if CBS and Fox is on and the Jets and the Giants are both on Fox, we got a shot, or CBS, we got a shot, but it's tough. According to the guide, it is. All right, I like that. And we play the Packers. That means it's on Fox. Oh, that's good. That's encouraging. That means the Patriots might be on CBS. That's encouraging. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, I'll see if Shaw's available. I'm down if you want to do a live.
What time is it?
The Packers and Panthers game is at 1:00, I think.
Oh, shit! I don't. Ain't nothing but turning the camera on for me.
Yeah, for me I'll have kids running around my house, man. But it's an option.
Too.
Yeah, it's an option. Nah, I could do that. That's a viable option. But typically, when I gotta stay home, and it's rare that I have to. The only reason why I had to this go around is because my son was sick. But if I do have to stay home, what I would do, I just I end up watching Red Zone because I can see all the touchdowns. I do have Red Zone, so I just watch Red Zone so I can see all the TDs. And I have the Game Pass, so I go back and watch the games I want to see. Raiders Niners is more encouraging than what I had to suffer through at 4:00 on yesterday, man. That was tough. But luckily, Rams Philly was on the other channel, so I watched a lot of that. But I was just more irritated that I got for the CBS game, I get Jets Denver and not Panthers Vikings. And I thought I was going to get Panthers Vikings after last week. Yo, Brady is struggling. Yo, he always struggles against Miami historically.
Yo, that's what happened. I told you I ran into that dude in the lobby. He's a Dolphins fan, and I was like, yo, what the Dolphins gonna do? He was like, man, we usually play the Patriots tough in Miami, so he was pretty confident.
Yeah, man, and Brady's getting destroyed. He's not used to that nice. He's not used to that nice Miami weather. Now, don't just for you guys. Like I'm looking at this chat saying we're not scared of the Patriots. Like, don't let this game fool you to the fact that it is still Tom Brady. He just struggles against Miami. But Cam
we beat them already.
Yeah,
so they know they pissed.
Yeah. Now, granted, Cam's undefeated against New England, so
their defense is trash.
But they've been playing well over the past month or so, though.
Trash.
You gave us the button trash.
Hey, listen, man, we just we probably played one of the better defenses we gonna play this season, aside from the Eagles.
Agreed.
We pretty much handled them, so I'm good. I'm confident.
Yo, the disrespect of Brady is unbelievable right now. Brady equals washed. Let's go, guys. Let's simmer down.
Relax.
Yo, historically, he struggles against Miami and Miami. Historically, I think he has a losing record in Miami. Believe it or not, not against the Dolphins, but in Miami he has a losing record. So, I agree though. I'd rather see the Patriots over the Steelers in the Super Bowl. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, Steelers look pretty good.
Not a doubt.
Ain't nothing we could do with Bell, bro. He would destroy us.
Yeah, but the top three teams in the AFC is probably Patriots, Pittsburgh, and Jacksonville. I never thought I would say that, huh? That defense is legit.
Yeah, Jacksonville defense. They got the best defense in the league.
Yes, they do. Legit.
That defense is tough. All built. Well, I was gonna say not all built, but they built a lot of defense in the draft too.
And Bortles is actually looking competent as a quarterback too, which makes them more dangerous. They have a run game. That defense is legit. Yeah, but Bortles has been playing different since Fournette's gotten hurt. Bortles has been playing like an actual quarterback. So yeah, they're legit. Yeah, the last month Bortles has been balling. Like I know that's hard to think and process, but the last month, man, Bortles have been playing pretty well with Marquise Lee and Cole.
That Cole kid, yeah, the Cole kid is nice.
Yeah, so they've been playing pretty well after Fournette started acting a fool. So
Oh, Miami got the throwbacks on.
Mm-hmm. They
Yeah,
tend to. You know, it's funny. They have a habit of wearing those when they play them too.
And their new joints are trash.
Yeah, man. So they're ready, man. Patriots gonna mess around and lose that, and then they're gonna come angry against Pittsburgh next week. I'm sure week. So,
Landry. Oh man. Who was that? All right, man. That being said, I'm good, man. Could log off this joint. We had a good show, man.
Yeah, all right. Let me go ahead and give the basics real quick. I appreciate you guys watching. Follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC. Check us out on Facebook at Panther Nation Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Panther Nation Podcast. I'm David.
Yeah, I'm Rashad.
And y'all have a good one. And I'll see you guys next week. If we do a live episode, we'll let you know. Keep pounding, guys.
Keep pounding, people. And don't disrespect the legend, bro.
Panthers legend.